Hey guys, welcome to Best Friends the Sequel. My name's Mike. This is James.
Hello.
We just got back, or actually we saw yesterday, Inside Out 2. So what are your thoughts?
I thought this movie was really good. It definitely shows about puberty.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you get new emotions, anxiety takes over a little bit, and you start to feel embarrassed about stuff. I can definitely see about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, so basically the movie picks up kind of right after the first movie ends.
Yeah.
We have Riley. In this movie, Riley is about to turn 13. She's still playing hockey. She's still, with her best friends and things like that. Actually, I think she meets her best friends in this movie, right?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, so she's about to turn 13. She's still got her regular emotions, which are anger and joy, sadness, and then what's the last one? Fear?
Yeah, fear.
Yeah, fear. And they're all working together trying to make or help Riley make the right decision. So I thought that was pretty good. And then as soon as she turns 13, basically all that goes out the window and she starts having new types of hormones. These new emotions move in, the main one being anxiety. And then what happens from there?
Yep. So what happens from there? Riley actually starts to feel random emotions when she got those emotions, like there's anxiety, envy, wee,
Yeah.
and there's also embarrassment.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite one out of the four was probably embarrassment,
Your favorite? Why was embarrassment your favorite?
because embarrassment was the one who helped sadness.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
What did you think about them being sent off to the back of the mind, and then they're trying to get back to the front to try to save Riley?
I thought what anxiety's actions for throwing that thing off was totally wrong.
Totally wrong.
Totally wrong.
Okay. Yeah, so it definitely makes sense that at 13 that anxiety would be the emotion that kind of takes over and takes charge of everything. But yeah, basically joy, anger, and fear and all them and sadness, they are like, who are these people? They're moving in, they're just taking control of everything, and anxiety sends them to the back of the mind, and so they're basically locked into this room where they can't help Riley at all, which, they're basically suppressed emotions. And there's a lot of fun stuff in this movie. I really don't want to spoil it because I don't want to give away too much of the comedy, but I will say for me that this is a good movie for kids because there's a lot of good stuff going on as far as the color and the animation and the playfulness and stuff like that. But it's also a good movie for adults because it really shows how anxiety can control you in those ways and how sometimes certain emotions take a back seat. And another layer that they create in this movie is that in the first movie, you had the core emotions, which you still have in this movie, but now some of those core emotions are turning into beliefs, right? And they've been working hard to create, the beliefs to decide like what kind of person Riley is. And she talks about how she's a good person, but then anxiety is changing those beliefs. And then once anxiety adds more of these different core memories into like the belief section, then what happens?
So after anxiety got all those core memories, so she basically he takes over what her promise is, and she says, I am not good enough. Yeah, but that's not the right belief.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so she changes her inner monologue from I'm a good person to I'm not good enough. And again, I don't want to spoil everything because if you're a kid watching this, I think that this is a good movie for kids. If you're an adult watching this, I think it's also a good movie for adults, especially if you have kids. You'll be able to relate to a lot of the things going on in this movie. But I think that's probably most of what we can say without spoiling it too much. So let's get to the score. So I'll hand it over to James and he'll tell you what he liked, what he didn't like, and what his score is.
So I definitely like that in the end they all work together instead of anxiety really taking over all the stuff. I also like that at the beginning of the movie where all the emotions, like the 5 emotions, are on the team. Yep, and anger was like, ah! Yeah.
Yeah. Was there anything you didn't like?
So pretty much there's only one thing.
Okay.
when Anxiety made that tornado scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it was like, wee, 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 wee.
Okay. So, what would you score this movie?
A 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. All right, cool. So James scores this movie 9 out of 10. I think I would probably give it somewhere around there, maybe an 8 or a 9, something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but it's definitely a movie that I would go see. Even as an adult, I think it's a good movie to go see just for fun because I like animated movies, and there's a couple of little tearjerker moments in here, and I'm a sap for things like that. And it's definitely a good movie to take the kids to if you have kids, or if you're watching someone else's kids and you want to take them to a movie. I do think this is a good movie to check out. You can, if you're a kid watching this, maybe go with your friends. It's a really fun movie. I had a really great time. But do you have any other thoughts or anything else for the movie?
No, not really. I think that's pretty much it for me.
All right, well, I guess that's basically all we have to say today about Inside Out 2. I think it's a really fun movie. Definitely go check it out in theaters. Don't necessarily wait for this to come to streaming. Get out of the house. Go be around other people. Try to get to a showing where there's other people that are laughing and having a good time. If you go to a movie and there's other people laughing and have a good time, that's contagious. If you're laughing and have a good time, they're going to laugh and have a good time. Spread joy, spread happiness, and I think that's basically it. So with all that being said, we appreciate you guys stopping by. Hit subscribe, share this video around, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
See you later.